lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother. It is my view that the deceitful way the interview was obtained substantially influenced what my mother said. The interview was a major contribution to making my parents' relationship worse and has since hurt countless others.
Something about Prince William's first hours as king reportedly left Buckingham Palace unsettled, and according to growing royal speculation, the shock had very little to do with the crown itself. Behind the ceremonial images and official appearances, attention quickly shifted toward a far more intriguing question. Had Prince William, the new monarch, quietly signaled that the rules of influence inside the royal family were about to change forever? The moment a monarchy enters a new reign, every action carries meaning. Every meeting, every invitation, every appearance, and every decision is examined for clues about what comes next. That reality helps explain why so many royal observers became fascinated by reports emerging from Buckingham Palace almost immediately after Prince William assumed the throne. While the public expected a period of transition defined by continuity and caution, insiders reportedly described something very different. The atmosphere was not chaotic, but it was undeniably watchful. People were paying attention because Prince William appeared to be moving with a level of confidence that suggested long-term planning rather than first-day improvisation. That distinction matters more than many people realize. Throughout modern royal history, new monarchs have often relied heavily on established systems during the earliest stages of a reign. Stability is usually the priority. Familiar structures remain in place. Existing relationships continue. Yet conversations surrounding Prince William's first day repeatedly pointed toward a different theme. Instead of preserving arrangements simply because they existed, Prince William reportedly appeared focused on examining which arrangements would serve the future monarchy and which arrangements belonged to the past. Almost immediately, that perception created a new wave of questions throughout royal circles. If Prince William intended to lead with a stronger emphasis on efficiency, accountability, and modernization, what would that mean for the network of relationships that developed during the reign of King Charles III? More specifically, what would it mean for individuals whose influence depended upon proximity to previous power structures? This is where the story begins moving beyond a simple royal transition and into something far more consequential. For years, Queen Camilla's wider family became a familiar presence within the broader royal landscape. Under King Charles III, those relationships existed within a stable environment shaped by personal trust, long-standing connections, and established routines. Few people questioned that arrangement because there was little reason to do so. Then Prince William became king, and suddenly the conversation changed. Not because Prince William publicly challenged anyone, and not because Buckingham Palace announced dramatic reforms, but because uncertainty itself began spreading through palace corridors. The question was no longer what existed under King Charles III. The question became what would continue under King William. Think about that for a moment. If a new monarch arrives with a different vision for the future, should every existing source of influence automatically remain untouched? Or should Prince William, the future king turned reigning monarch, have the freedom to reassess how the institution operates? Let us know your thoughts, because this question sits at the center of everything unfolding behind palace walls. What made the situation even more fascinating was Prince William's reputation long before ascending the throne. Royal commentators spent years describing Prince William as a future monarch deeply interested in creating a leaner, more focused institution. Again and again, discussions surrounding Prince William emphasized modernization, effectiveness, and public value. Those ideas were often treated as future ambitions, something that might emerge years down the road. However, once Prince William officially stepped into the role of king, many observers began wondering whether those ambitions were already becoming reality. At the same time, another figure quietly became impossible to ignore. Catherine, Princess of Wales, had spent years building a reputation defined by discipline, patience, and public trust. While media attention frequently focused on Prince William's future role, Catherine, Princess of Wales, steadily became one of the most respected members of the royal family. By the time Prince William assumed the throne, many royal watchers no longer viewed Kate Middleton as simply the future queen. Increasingly, Catherine, Princess of Wales, was viewed as one of the monarchy's most valuable assets during a period of uncertainty. That growing influence raises another fascinating question. If Prince William intended to reshape aspects of the monarchy, How much of that vision was shared by Catherine, Princess of Wales? Royal insiders have frequently described Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, as operating with remarkable unity. Their public appearances, charitable priorities, and long-term approach to royal service often reflect a shared understanding of where the institution should go next. Could Buckingham Palace now be witnessing the arrival of not just a new king, but an entirely new style of leadership partnership? The deeper observers looked, the more one possibility became difficult to dismiss. Perhaps the surprise surrounding Prince William's first day was never about a single decision. Perhaps the real shock came from the realization that Prince William had been preparing for this moment for years. If that is true, then what appeared to be sudden change may actually be the beginning of a carefully developed plan that started long before the crown officially changed hands. Before we continue, tell us what you think. Was Prince William simply settling into a new role, or was Prince William quietly signaling that Buckingham Palace was entering a completely new era? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy royal analysis that goes beyond the headlines and explores what may really be happening behind palace doors, make sure to subscribe, because the next part of the story reveals why some palace insiders reportedly became concerned about who might lose influence first under the new reign. If Buckingham Palace was already adjusting to the reality of a new monarch, the next development reportedly made palace observers even more attentive. The growing discussion was no longer centered on Prince William becoming king. Everyone expected that day to arrive eventually. The real discussion focused on what Prince William chose to prioritize once authority was finally his to exercise. According to royal commentators and longtime palace watchers, that is where the first genuine surprise may have emerged. For decades, influence inside royal institutions has often developed through relationships, traditions, personal trust, and established networks built over many years. Such arrangements are not unique to the monarchy. Every major institution develops its own internal culture over time. However, transitions create moments when old assumptions are tested. Suddenly, relationships that once appeared permanent become subject to review. Expectations that once felt secure face new realities. That is precisely why attention reportedly began shifting toward individuals and groups whose positions had become closely associated with the reign of King Charles III. Among the names attracting the most discussion was Queen Camilla. More specifically, attention turned toward the wider network surrounding Queen Camilla, a circle that had become increasingly familiar throughout King Charles III's reign. Under King Charles III, those relationships existed within an environment shaped by loyalty, continuity, and long-standing personal connections. Very few observers questioned their place within the broader royal structure because the framework itself remained stable. Yet a new reign inevitably raises a difficult question. Should inherited influence automatically continue under a different monarch, or should a new king be free to establish entirely different priorities? That question reportedly became a subject of growing curiosity because Prince William has spent years building a public reputation that differs noticeably from previous generations. Again and again, discussions surrounding Prince William emphasized modernization, accountability, efficiency, and public relevance. Those themes appeared consistently throughout Prince William's charitable initiatives, public messaging, and approach to royal duties. As a result, some royal observers began wondering whether Prince William's accession could gradually shift the balance away from relationship-based influence and toward a more structured vision centered on institutional goals. Think about that carefully. If Prince William genuinely believes the future survival of the monarchy depends on maintaining public trust, where would Prince William focus attention first? Would Prince William prioritize preserving familiar arrangements simply because they have existed for years? Or would Prince William examine whether every aspect of the institution contributes to the future he wants to build? Share your thoughts, because this question sits at the heart of the speculation now surrounding Buckingham Palace. What makes the story even more intriguing is that no dramatic announcement appears necessary for influence to change. Royal history demonstrates that some of the most significant shifts occur quietly. A guest list changes, a role evolves, an invitation becomes less frequent, a responsibility moves elsewhere. None of those developments create headlines on their own. Yet together they can reveal an entirely new hierarchy, This is why palace observers often pay close attention to details that appear insignificant to the wider public. In royal life, subtle signals frequently carry enormous meaning. At the same time, another important factor reportedly shaped the atmosphere surrounding Prince William's first days as king. Unlike many previous heirs, Prince William entered the throne after years of practical preparation. As King Charles III faced health challenges and gradually reduced portions of his public workload, Prince William increasingly represented the crown in major settings. Those experiences provided Prince William with a first-hand understanding of both the strengths and weaknesses of the institution. By the time the throne became his, many insiders believe Prince William already possessed a detailed vision of what he wanted the monarchy to become. That possibility introduces another fascinating layer to the story. What if the shock surrounding Prince William's first day was not caused by sudden decisions at all? What if palace observers were actually reacting to the realization that Prince William had spent years quietly preparing a strategy that was now beginning to unfold? If that interpretation proves accurate, then the most important developments may still be ahead rather than behind. And then there is Catherine, Princess of Wales. While much of the conversation focused on Prince William's authority, many royal insiders reportedly viewed Catherine, Princess of Wales, as an equally important part of the emerging picture. Public trust in Kate Middleton has grown steadily over the years, and Catherine, Princess of Wales, increasingly represents stability during periods of uncertainty. Together, Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, project an image that many supporters describe as disciplined, unified, and future-focused. Could that partnership become the foundation of an entirely different royal era? As speculation continued spreading through royal circles, one reality became increasingly difficult to ignore. The uncertainty surrounding Queen Camilla's wider network was not really about individual personalities. The deeper issue involved the future structure of influence itself. If Prince William intends to reshape how Buckingham Palace operates, somebody inevitably gains influence while somebody else loses it. That is true in every institution, and the monarchy is no exception. Before we continue, tell us what you think. Is Prince William simply bringing a fresh perspective to Buckingham Palace, or is Prince William quietly redefining who holds influence within the royal family? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy royal analysis that goes beyond headlines and explores the deeper shifts unfolding behind palace walls, subscribe to the channel because the next part reveals why many observers believe Prince William's plans may have been developing for far longer than anyone realized. The possibility that Prince William's early decisions were years in the making changes the entire story because it shifts the focus away from a single day and toward a much longer timeline. Suddenly, palace observers are not asking what Prince William did after becoming king. Palace observers are asking when Prince William began preparing for this moment. And according to many royal commentators, the answer may stretch back far further than most people realize. Long before Prince William formally ascended the throne, signs of a different leadership philosophy had already begun appearing. As King Charles III gradually reduced portions of his workload due to health concerns, Prince William found himself handling increasingly significant responsibilities. Public engagements expanded, diplomatic duties increased, meetings with world leaders became more frequent. At first, these developments appeared entirely natural for an heir to the throne. However, viewed from today's perspective, some royal watchers now believe those years functioned as something more than preparation. They may have been a testing ground for a future monarchy already taking shape behind palace walls. That interpretation becomes even more compelling when examining Prince William's repeated emphasis on relevance and public trust. Unlike previous generations that often relied upon tradition alone, Prince William has frequently spoken about ensuring that royal institutions continue serving a meaningful purpose in modern society. This approach does not reject tradition. Instead, it asks whether tradition remains effective in achieving the monarchy's long-term goals. That distinction may sound subtle, but inside an institution built upon centuries of precedent, it represents a potentially significant shift in thinking. Now consider what happens when that philosophy encounters existing power structures. Every institution develops networks of influence over time. Some individuals gain prominence because of experience. Others gain prominence because of relationships. Still others benefit from long-established arrangements that gradually become accepted as normal. When a leader arrives with a determination to evaluate systems based on effectiveness rather than familiarity, uncertainty inevitably follows. This may explain why so many conversations reportedly began focusing on who might be affected by Prince William's broader vision rather than simply discussing Prince William's accession itself. The issue becomes particularly fascinating when viewed through the lens of Queen Camilla's wider circle. During the reign of King Charles III, Queen Camilla's position naturally brought increased visibility to individuals connected to her world. That visibility often generated little controversy because it existed within a framework that felt familiar and stable. However, once Prince William became king, palace observers reportedly began reassessing those assumptions. Not because Prince William publicly challenged Queen Camilla, and not because Buckingham Palace announced sweeping reforms, but because transitions forced people to reconsider where influence truly resides. Think about this for a moment. If Prince William believes the future monarchy should operate according to a clearer structure with greater emphasis on public accountability, does that automatically leave less room for informal influence? Or can Prince William modernize the institution while preserving long-standing relationships that have existed for years? We would genuinely like to hear your perspective because reasonable people continue reaching very different conclusions about this question. At the center of this discussion stands Catherine, Princess of Wales, whose influence appears to have grown alongside Prince William's preparation for the throne. What makes Catherine, Princess of Wales, particularly important is not simply public popularity. Popularity can rise and fall. Trust is far more valuable. Over many years, Kate Middleton carefully built a reputation defined by consistency, discipline, and measured public service. By the time Prince William became king, Catherine, Princess of Wales, was widely viewed as one of the monarchy's strongest assets. For supporters of the royal family, Catherine, Princess of Wales, represents continuity without stagnation and modernization without disruption. That perception has fueled another intriguing theory circulating among royal observers. Some believe Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, entered this new era with a remarkably shared vision of how the monarchy should function. Public appearances, charitable priorities, and strategic decisions often suggest strong alignment between Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales. If that assessment is accurate, then Buckingham Palace may be witnessing more than the beginning of a new reign. Buckingham Palace may be witnessing the arrival of a leadership partnership determined to leave a lasting institutional legacy. The deeper analysts look into the situation, the more difficult it becomes to view recent developments as isolated events. Prince William's increasing authority before becoming king. Catherine, Princess of Wales, emerging as a trusted national figure. Questions surrounding influence within royal circles. Discussions about modernization and efficiency. Individually, each development might seem unremarkable. Together, however, they begin forming a pattern that many royal observers find impossible to ignore. And that pattern leads directly to the next major question. If Prince William's vision has been developing quietly for years, who stands to benefit most from the changes now taking shape inside Buckingham Palace? More importantly, who could find themselves unexpectedly losing ground as the monarchy enters this new chapter? Because the answers to those questions may reveal far more about the future of the crown than any official announcement ever could. Before we continue, tell us what you think. Has Prince William been preparing this transformation for years? Or are royal observers reading too much into a normal transition? Share your thoughts below. And if you are enjoying this deep dive into the future of the monarchy, subscribe to the channel because the next chapter explores the growing influence of Catherine, Princess of Wales, and why many insiders believe her role may be even more important than most people realize. If Prince William's first moves as king reportedly raised questions about influence, hierarchy, and the future direction of the monarchy, the next development may be even more significant because it involves the one person many royal insiders increasingly describe as essential to the success of the new reign. While discussions about palace restructuring and shifting priorities continued behind closed doors, attention steadily returned to Catherine, Princess of Wales, whose growing influence appeared impossible to separate from the story unfolding inside Buckingham Palace. What makes Catherine, Princess of Wales, such a fascinating figure in this transition, is that Catherine, Princess of Wales, achieved prominence through a path very different from many royal personalities who dominated headlines in previous decades. Unlike figures who attracted attention through controversy, conflict, or dramatic public moments, Kate Middleton built influence through consistency. Year after year, Catherine, Princess of Wales, demonstrated discipline, patience, and an ability to navigate extraordinary public scrutiny without becoming defined by it. That reputation now carries enormous value because institutions facing change often depend upon trusted figures who project stability. As Prince William reportedly began implementing a clearer vision for the future monarchy, palace observers increasingly noted how closely that vision appeared to align with Catherine, Princess of Wales. Public service, measured leadership, efficiency, and long-term relevance have become recurring themes associated with both Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales. This is why many royal commentators no longer discuss Prince William's future separately from Catherine, Princess of Wales. Instead, Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, are increasingly viewed as a unified leadership team whose influence extends far beyond ceremonial appearances. That reality has reportedly generated considerable interest throughout royal circles because history demonstrates that strong monarchies often depend upon strong partnerships. Queen Elizabeth II relied upon Prince Philip in ways the public rarely saw. King George VI benefited enormously from Queen Elizabeth, later known as the Queen Mother. Now, many analysts believe Prince William may be entering a similar chapter with Catherine, Princess of Wales. The difference is that modern media allows every subtle development to be examined in real time, creating intense interest in how this partnership may shape the future of the institution. Think about this carefully. If Prince William intends to modernize aspects of the monarchy while preserving its most important traditions, who is better positioned to help achieve that balance than Catherine, Princess of Wales? Few members of the royal family enjoy the same combination of public trust, international recognition, and institutional credibility. Could Catherine, Princess of Wales, actually become one of the defining figures of this new royal era rather than simply supporting it from the sidelines? The growing prominence of Catherine, Princess of Wales, also introduces another layer to the broader discussion surrounding influence. Whenever a new center of authority emerges, attention naturally shifts toward who gains proximity to that authority. During the reign of King Charles III, many observers associated influence with networks that developed around King Charles III and Queen Camilla. Under Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, however, a different dynamic may be emerging. Instead of influence flowing primarily through established relationships from previous eras, influence may increasingly center on individuals aligned with the priorities of the future monarchy itself. This possibility helps explain why speculation surrounding Queen Camilla's wider circle has continued attracting attention. The issue is not necessarily personal conflict. In fact, there is little evidence of public confrontation. The more significant question involves relevance. As Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, established their own leadership style, which relationships become more important and which relationships become less central. Royal history suggests that such transitions occur naturally, yet that does not make them any less consequential for those involved. Another fascinating detail is how carefully Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, appear to manage public perception. Rather than announcing grand transformations, Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, often allow actions to speak for themselves. Charitable priorities, public engagements, international appearances, and institutional initiatives collectively create an image of purpose and direction. This approach generates a powerful effect because observers begin drawing conclusions independently rather than being instructed what to think. In many ways, that strategy may be more effective than any formal declaration Buckingham Palace could issue. The result is a growing sense that something larger is unfolding beneath the surface. Prince William's first days as king may not be remembered primarily for ceremonial milestones. Instead, historians may eventually focus on how quickly attention shifted toward questions of influence, priorities, and institutional identity. At the center of all those discussions stands Catherine, Princess of Wales, whose role appears to be expanding alongside the ambitions of the new reign. And this is where the story takes another fascinating turn. Because while palace observers continue analyzing Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, a deeper question is beginning to emerge. What happens when a monarchy built upon centuries of tradition decides that adaptation is necessary for survival? Who benefits from that evolution? Who struggles to adjust? And how far is Prince William prepared to go in reshaping the institution for the future? Before we continue, tell us what you think. Has Catherine, Princess of Wales, become the most influential figure in the future of the monarchy alongside Prince William? Or do you believe her role is still being underestimated by the public? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy royal analysis that explores the hidden dynamics behind palace headlines, subscribe to the channel because the final chapter brings together all the pieces and reveals what Prince William's first days may really mean for the future of Buckingham Palace. What makes the story so compelling is that the biggest shock may not have been anything Prince William publicly announced. The biggest shock may have been the realization spreading quietly through Buckingham Palace that a completely different style of monarchy could be taking shape. By the time the first days of Prince William's reign were being analyzed by royal observers, the conversation had already moved beyond ceremonial tradition. The focus was now on direction, priorities, and the possibility that Prince William intended to redefine how influence operates at the highest levels of royal life. When historians eventually look back at major royal transitions, they rarely focus only on coronations, proclamations, or official ceremonies. Historians focus on the moments when power began changing shape. Sometimes those moments arrive through dramatic constitutional events. Sometimes those moments emerge through a collection of smaller decisions that reveal a leader's intentions long before formal changes become visible. That is precisely why so many royal commentators became fascinated by reports surrounding Prince William's first days as king. The discussion was no longer centered on what Prince William inherited. The discussion was centered on what Prince William intended to build. The deeper analysts examined the situation, the more one theme appeared repeatedly: purpose. Throughout Prince William's public life, there has been a consistent emphasis on meaningful engagement, measurable impact, and public relevance. Those priorities may seem ordinary in modern institutions, but within a monarchy built upon centuries of tradition, they carry enormous significance. If Prince William genuinely believes that public trust must be earned continuously rather than assumed automatically, then every part of the institution may eventually be evaluated through that lens. That possibility alone helps explain why conversations about influence have intensified so quickly. Now consider what that could mean for Buckingham Palace over the coming years. A monarchy guided primarily by tradition often measures success differently from a monarchy guided by purpose and public expectations. Neither approach is necessarily right or wrong. However, when priorities shift, structures often shift alongside them. Relationships that once held significant influence may find themselves competing with new priorities. Individuals who adapt may gain importance. Individuals who rely solely on historical expectations may discover that the environment has changed. This is one reason speculation surrounding Queen Camilla's wider circle continues attracting attention despite the absence of any major public confrontation. Think about this question for a moment. If Prince William's vision centers on creating a more focused and accountable institution, who benefits most from that approach? Do long-established networks become stronger because of their experience? Or do newer voices gain influence because they align more closely with future priorities? The answer may reveal far more about the next decade of royal life than any official statement ever could. At the center of that future stands Catherine, Princess of Wales. By this stage, it has become increasingly difficult to discuss Prince William's future reign without discussing Catherine, Princess of Wales, alongside him. Over many years, Kate Middleton developed into one of the most trusted public figures associated with the monarchy. What makes Catherine, Princess of Wales, particularly valuable is the combination of continuity and renewal she represents. Catherine, Princess of Wales, understands royal tradition, yet Catherine, Princess of Wales, also connects naturally with modern audiences. That balance may prove critical as Prince William navigates the challenges of leading an institution expected to honor history while remaining relevant to future generations. Many royal insiders have suggested that the partnership between Prince William and Catherine Princess of Wales could ultimately become one of the defining features of this era. Rather than operating as separate public figures pursuing independent goals, Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, increasingly project the image of a coordinated leadership team. That perception matters because public confidence often grows when leadership appears stable, unified, and purposeful. Whether through charitable initiatives, public appearances, or broader institutional priorities, Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, consistently reinforce the impression that they share a common vision for the future. Yet perhaps the most important lesson from this entire story is that change inside royal institutions rarely happens overnight. Despite dramatic headlines and endless speculation, the transformation of a monarchy is usually gradual. Expectations evolve, priorities shift, new centers of influence emerge, old assumptions are tested. Looking back, people often identify a specific moment when everything began. Looking forward, however, those same developments usually appear subtle and difficult to interpret. That may be exactly where Buckingham Palace stands today. This is why Prince William's first days as king have generated such intense interest. The real significance may not lie in any single decision. The significance may lie in the pattern emerging from multiple decisions taken together. A focus on modernization, a focus on efficiency, a focus on public trust, a growing partnership with Catherine, Princess of Wales, questions surrounding existing networks of influence. Each piece contributes to a broader narrative that many royal observers believe will define the future of the crown. And perhaps that is the question that will ultimately shape how history remembers this moment. Did Prince William simply begin a new reign? Or did Prince William quietly begin transforming the monarchy itself? The answer may not become clear for years. However, one reality already appears difficult to dispute. Buckingham Palace entered a new chapter the moment Prince William became king, and every decision from this point forward will be viewed through the lens of what that new chapter is meant to achieve. Before we end, we want to hear your opinion. Do you believe Prince William's first days as king signaled the beginning of a stronger and more modern monarchy? Or do you believe royal observers are reading too much into what is ultimately a normal transition of power? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because this debate is only becoming more fascinating with each passing development. If you enjoyed this deep royal analysis, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and join us for future discussions as we continue uncovering the stories, signals, and palace dynamics that often reveal far more than the official headlines. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.